What fascinated you the most initially?
My During COVID at this time, my 24-year-old son, who was 24 at the time, was living with us, and he was involved in Wall Street bets. He was on the platform for months in
Mm-hmm.
advance and leading up to this, and right at that zeitgeist when all of this happened, he was playing the options and in the thick of it. And then when it crashed with Robinhood freezing the buy option, all the outrage, the frustration, like I was living it with him and what was happening online. So I had like a front row seat to this story.
It's a real life thriller. I mean, borderline unbelievable.
The stakes are very real, and it's like people lost their
Yeah.
livelihoods, and that's I don't think it gets like more dramatic than that. And seeing that intensity, with just what he was living through, it's like the stress levels involved, and again, with obviously Ben Mesrick's book and writing about it and talking to people firsthand, it was an incredibly intense period. I've not seen anything like it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Was it easy to cast? Because it feels like every actor is so perfect for the role. I mean, we can start with, Paul Dano was like always so perfect, but for this one, it's like spot
I
on.
was so lucky with the cast, and it was kind
Mm.
of pretty much that because I've got some relationships from being around for a little while, and it's Paul I hadn't met before, but I thought he would be perfect
Mm.
for the role. He was exactly what I was hoping for, and he signed on, which was amazing. Seth I've worked with before, and I thought he could do a brilliant job with that, and he said yes. And Pete Davidson I've almost worked with a couple of times, so I called him, and he jumped in. I got really lucky with the cast.
Yeah.
America, amazing. I hadn't worked with America, and that was thrilling to get to work with her, and she did such a beautiful job.
Absolutely, and Shailene, and
Yeah.
I just thought everybody was in the right place. So
Yes.
it's not always
It's one of
the
those
case when the
fortuitous
stars
things, and
align
it
like that.
it was a fast prep, and sometimes it was like we hired Nick Offerman the week before.
Yeah, true. How does it feel to be at the Toronto Film Festival, showing it to an audience? I guess for the first time. I mean, this is totally a crowd pleaser.
I hope so. It's always nerve wracking. It's like I'm lucky. This is actually my third time here, and being very lucky to be able to premiere here with the two films before. It's such a large theater, and to be with that
Mm.
many people is I'm very excited and somewhat like nauseated at the same time. See how it goes. It's
And
always
I know it's a little bit of an
yeah.
unusual time.
Yes. It's very.
Let's
I
put
mean,
it
obviously, and very sad that we can't have our actors here to enjoy it.
yes. The final question is on the importance of finding those types of stories. How rare is it to find those real life stories to take to the big screen?
It's. I mean, this was just one of those moments that's why I was so interested in it because it was such a pivotal turning point for all of us in our lives. It's like nobody's experienced what we all went through with COVID and on so many different levels. And this was a way to tell that story, and very much one of the focal points of that moment. It's like there was so much else going on, obviously, but this was a way for people to vent their frustration.